You have a minute?
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Could you rip off a theme song for the pod real quick?
Sing it right now.
Yeah.
The baby is something that you can call it the mother show. How's that?
That was really good. Thank you so much. Oh, it's the podcast time. Good, right? High energy. We're picking it up. We're recording a show. I probably have pit stains, maybe? No, almost surely. They're kind of just permanently in this shirt. Hello, everybody. It's not inside gaming. It's Is This Something? Have to uncross the wires. Uh-oh. And now this show is officially owned by Warner Media.
No.
No.
Just by declaring that, you have made it so.
I burst into light, beams coming out of every orifice. Just no.
Speaking of beams of light coming out of every orifice, what you got?
What do I got?
Yeah.
Oh, like what page are we going to look at?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you, and I'm looking forward to doing that, and I am going to share my screen, something I should have done years ago. And there it is, go live. But I also wanted to give you a little update. I am getting notifications on posts that I apparently follow in the positivity page.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so I don't even know where.
What kind of notifications?
That people commented.
Oh, that's annoying.
I see what happened. I was thanked by the admin. Not thanked, I was welcomed. Please join me in welcoming all new members to this group. Thank you for joining this amazing group of peacefully positive souls. Make peace stay positive, and I am tagged.
Good.
You're not on here. That's a shame.
Yeah, I didn't
It's
follow.
a rising sun. That's
like
weird. I would have thought that you would have jumped into it.
No.
It's a rising sun or a setting sun, and it says, welcome, we're glad you're here. And it's just people dropping whatever Facebook's equivalent of Bitmoji is, and there's a That's So Raven gif.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be here, but this is my life now. This is... Oh, wow, we could do this every episode.
We could. I know.
All right. Anyway, let me that was something I was invited to by a friend that we thoroughly skewered.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised they're still posting after the handed takedown that we delivered last week, Monday, 6 a.m. PST, unlike this episode. But anyway, I went through my like requests. I don't know how Facebook works. And this is from an old boss of mine who surely will not be watching this.
Wait, you can request for somebody to like something?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I get a lot of them. I was looking through it. It's like people's side businesses and hustles and like bands and stuff. And it's like, has requested for you to like this page.
Facebook really is just hell.
It's just a nightmare. I do not understand the allure. But anyway, this is from a guy who owned a company I interned for in Philly. And I won't go into too much detail beyond that. Because leave the poor guy alone.
They'll be able to figure it out.
Well, very easily, because I'm going to tell you what the name of the page is and everything about it. So this is Funny and Amen. At Funny and Amen. Well, hold on. Do you get it? It's like Funny or Die, but in this case, it's Funny and Amen. I think is because the F and A in the profile picture look a lot like the F and D from Will Ferrell's comedy company that does a lot of branded content.
They do a lot of branded content.
A lot of branded content over on Funny or Die.
They gotta keep those doors open. I don't even know where do people even watch? Is that still like primarily a Facebook company?
I don't know. They're one of those companies that did pivot to Facebook because Facebook is like, we're going to be the video place. Bring all your video here. And then everyone did that and no one leaves Facebook anymore.
Yes.
So kind of just
And
ruined a lot.
made fake numbers, and
That's right.
a bunch of people had to get fired by their companies because they put all their effort into Facebook.
College Humor barely exists. And then
Yeah, they're
yet
like a shell, right?
well, I mean, literally, they fired everybody and let the one guy, I think Sam Riker, keep the
know.
copyright. So like, maybe it's rebuilding, but it cratered. Anyway,
Good
Facebook sucks.
Yeah.
But this is a light at the end of the tunnel. Fortunately, a nice beam of positivity again, Patrick. This, as you
Good.
may have guessed, is a Christian comedy page.
Yeah. So far, so good.
Yes. So let me tell you a little bit about
I'm
the page.
still on board.
We are comedy producers who laugh at how we compare to a real hero. Capital H on hero. So that's Jesus.
But that doesn't. That's already so
God?
confusing. Just as a sentence that is.
Do you want to hear it
Whatever,
again?
just-
We
I
are
just-
comedy producers who laugh at how we compare to a real hero. You know what? I hate to do this. Might have to do a little bit of punching up here. But if you're going off funny or die, could it be like funny or die and then come back again? Famously,
Oh.
Jesus died, he died,
Right,
but he
then-
came back 3 days later.
So you're saying funny or die. Wait 3 days.
Yes.
Rise again.
See, that's a good title because it tells you everything you need to know about the product, which is what titles are for. Anyway,
Yeah.
second about section. Facebook has 2 about paragraphs distinct. Either way, what started out as the simple quest to make the comedy feature Where's the Halo? This was like kind of an Adam Sandler-esque Christian comedy. I have seen some of it
You're. Why?
because I interned there.
Oh, you interned at this company.
Well, this is a side project. It was just a production company and rental house. But
That was Christian oriented.
no, but the guy who owned that business was Christian oriented and is still. He's still posting up to today.
Got it. Okay.
Anyway, it's become so much more. We have an opportunity to communicate Jesus' message of grace and truth to comedy lovers and hypocrites like ourselves on a regular basis, and we need your help. Oh, okay.
Financially, right?
I see where this is going. Yeah, we launched
Yeah.
Funny and Amen, 501c3 nonprofit, to regularly produce comedy content to amuse you and to remind us all that we are compared to the real hero, capital H again, that compared to the real hero, we are the fools in our own stories. Okay, kind of like a fun take on the fact that we're all sinners and going to hell unless we beg for forgiveness.
Yeah.
Laugh
So-
with us and show your support, and we will, Lord
Have you-
willing, make your laughter reach epic film proportions. We are still developing the film.
What? Whatever. I don't.
I kind of
What?
abridged it.
Have you ever heard Jesus referred to as capital H hero before?
Hero. Well, Jesus is
That's
the
a-
first responder.
It's very much so, but I've never in my life, and I've watched a lot of like bad evangelical movies and stuff like that.
Have you seen all 3
'cause
God's
they're
Not
very
Deads?
funny. I actually don't think I've seen any of those.
Those
but
are
I've
like,
seen
I think, the highest
a lot of
budget ones.
I think that's why I've avoided them.
Yeah,
But,
although I am curious.
Look, if Stephen Baldwin's not in it, I'm not. He's probably in those. He probably is in those movies.
Oh, almost
Because
certainly.
he's one of like this tiny handful of actors who are super evangelical, and also, well, it's probably the same Venn diagram, but like super evangelical, and also their career has just driven off the cliffs and smashed into the rocks
Well,
below. And
There's a good reason for that, Patrick. And this is a town of sin and sodomy and horrible, hellish behavior. Los Angeles. It spits in the name of an angel. If you ask me.
that's, well, actually more than one.
It is more like Los Diablos.
Maybe they should change the name. I wonder if anyone's ever thought of that before.
I don't know if anyone could handle being skewered so
That would
fully.
be something.
That would really
Yeah.
be something. Stephen Baldwin is like,
by somebody who moved here
yes,
when they were
Right.
21 and has never lived anywhere other than like Hollywood.
yes.
It's the worst. It's the worst part.
Somebody that, and I moved here when I was 22, but I like this city. But you know, somebody that moves here and like, LA sucks. It's terrible.
Yeah.
So
Well,
actually,
because they've heard that because you have to hate it, right?
you have
That's the
you have to
cool
love it
thing
first
to do.
before you hate it. And you must
And then
like-
you learn
know,
to hate it.
It's better to have love
But
than to
because people have told
not
you
hate
that it
something.
sucks.
Well,
Because it's not cool to like it. It's cool to like New York, right?
you know what's not? Oh, you mean that? What is it? An anarchist? Did you see this? Have you heard of this?
Oh, I did see this. The anarchist
Like,
jurisdiction.
Anarchist jurisdiction because they
Yeah.
allowed whatever. We don't like to get political on this show.
We can't go down that road right now. That'll just derail everything.
We do like to get political. That's the problem. Is we just would talk about that for 25
know.
minutes.
I know.
No, it's cool to say you hate LA, but it's not
Very
cool
much
to
so.
have a nuanced opinion about something where you can say,
No, it has to be like, I just need to walk, you know? It's like, okay, well, you can have that. You just live in
well,
a weird
the sprawl
residential
is
area.
kind of annoying. But that's the thing. You can be like, I like the
I agree.
city.
It's
I
not-
just don't like the layout.
There's things that aren't ideal.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean.
But
You can be like,
Also, shut up.
I hate this highway, but I love
Yeah.
seeing mountains. It's that easy.
It's like it sucks in a way that other cities don't suck, but also doesn't suck in a way that all those other cities do suck.
Beautifully
So
put, Patrick. I got a
Yeah.
meme for you.
Thank you. Let's go.
Can you see this?
I see it. It's somebody with a sack on their head.
It's somebody with like one of those nylon drawstring bags, and it looks like it's over their head. It makes them look like a sock puppet cheap version of Spider-Man. And they're set between the Jake Johnson and I cannot remember the actor who played Miles Morales in Spider-Verse, between the two Spider-Men, and up top it says, "Imitate me as I imitate Christ." And this one's tough to relay through words, isn't it? On the guy with
Yeah.
the bag on their head, it says me, and the two Spider-Men say Christ and Paul. So that's Jesus Christ and his friend, Paul.
They're judging him,
They're judging him.
I guess.
I-
Imitate
Or
me
maybe
as I
they're
imitate-
suspicious.
What?
That's got to be a pull from the Bible because nobody talks or writes like that.
No, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, definitely
gotta
not the
be from
Catholic Bible.
I mean, it is the good book.
It is.
Maybe the best.
Did you know that a lot of people believe that the King James Bible is actually how the Bible was intended to be written, and it just took that long to get properly.
Wait. Okay.
Yeah, it's
so
like
that was-
it's like an evangelical thing.
Oh, so it was almost like a divine endpoint that it was
Like
always
it was
going
always
to.
supposed to be written in English. Like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh. So,
And, like-
okay, that's actually a really clever way to get away from maybe the Middle Eastern roots of the Savior. Okay. And now I'm
That's
seeing it.
exact- Yes.
Okay. Because
Also, what the hell? Like,
what is that supposed
insane. I mean, yeah.
I mean, to buy into it, listen, we were both raised Catholic. We're not particularly religious or at all these days. So
Right.
for me, I feel like to buy into the fact that it was a divine book in the first place is a little like, okay, all right. But to be like, hey, this book in 2,000 years, gonna be perfect.
Well, okay, when was it written? When was that version written?
Oh, the
It
King
wasn't too-
James Bible?
It's not that recent.
1986, I think.
Yeah. Okay, let me fact check you really quick, because I think you're close. So yeah, you are close. It was 1611.
4 numbers.
Yeah, so
Practically on the money.
you're pretty close. It's commissioned in 1604, and it's noted. This you're gonna like. It's noted for its quote majesty of style.
The King James Bible?
Yeah,
I've always said that. I am so happy to hear that.
I know.
My sentiments echoed on the King James Bible and its
I know.
Bible and its majesty of what?
majesty of style.
And its majesty of style.
yeah,
Oh my god. So
yep.
Yeah, that's so great. A lot of these aren't even memes about
Oh wait, go to
being
the
Christian.
is that DJ Khaled?
Yes, who does not eat pussy. If you
Oh, he
don't,
doesn't?
no, dude, he does not. He is the one that
That's-
Smash Mouth had to get in his mentions and say, "A king who does not give is no king at all."
That's right. I do
It's
remember
just
that.
like when it was reported on by BuzzFeed News, they were like, Smash Mouth is being pretty creepy. And it's like, really? Because I think they're advocating for pleasing your better half,
yeah.
oral sex. I think
The
that's
old ball
pretty
and
cool.
chain.
Yes.
Turns out Smash Mouth was cool after all. This is a good
okay.
one.
Yeah.
It's DJ Khaled peeking around the corner. Maybe you're familiar with but it says, me trying to monitor the thing I, quote, left in God's hands.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's bottom text for some reason, because all it does is reiterate the
Well, let's
picture
hear it
and
out with it.
so it's, hey, it's me again, just checking up on the status.
So
I don't know. Maybe there's context there, but it kind of seems redundant.
a little bit of a hat on a hat, but I think it actually
Mm-hmm.
really sends the point home of, I guess, is it like checking on a package, or is DJ Khaled God's boss?
Both.
Like, hey, checking. Okay,
Yeah.
good. I'm really glad we sussed that out.
Yeah.
Oh,
God, in many
good.
ways,
I
it's a
see some other.
package.
I see some other stuff in here that I really want to click on, but I want to stay laser focused. But this is a page called Clean Funny Stuff, and then below it is a page called Clean Humor Here. All right, I'm
Oh,
gonna-
the one I like.
I'll
The
say-
category for those is good. It's just for fun.
it's just for fun.
It's just for fun.
It's just
No
for fun.
business. No business here. It's just
Hey.
for fun.
Hey, whatever previous ideas you got about this, check them at the door, because this here,
This
it's
one.
just for fun.
This is just for fun.
I hope you're ready to have fun. This
Starbucks.
is
Yeah,
taking
go ahead.
what looks to be an Onion article, cropping out the onion, and then putting it in a Tumblr post, talking about the photo that is used for the article, and basically just pointing out
Is
the joke.
that what that icon is from? Is that a
that little
Tumblr thing?
reblog? Yeah, that's a Tumblr
Yeah.
thing.
I always see that, and I never knew that was Tumblr.
So yeah, this is just pointing out the joke made in the thumbnail for this. Okay, so it's an article called "Starbucks Unveils $7 Wake Up Slap." I'm pretty sure it's the Onion. If it's not, it's some satirical publication. And then this is just somebody screenshotting it without the publication title and saying that, and pointing out why the thumbnail is funny, which is made for the funny title. And then this page just shared it from another page called Tumblr Stories, based in Iceland, which is posted it with a caption, "Nice slap. I'm going to vomit. I can't." Trying to describe other people reposting memes by like 3 degrees is going to take 16 years off my life.
Do they have any videos?
Funny and Amen?
Yeah.
They do.
So
Yeah.
it's not all.
But they're all like the guy.
Wait, is that your boss?
He wasn't my boss directly. But
Oh, okay.
basically, yes. It's all him talking. Doing teasers
I don't know.
for
It looks
something.
like there's some comedians in there.
Do you want to, you'll have to add it in editing. Do you want to do that?
I'm not gonna do that. No.
Yes. Okay. So we're not going to watch video. Although we can come back to it maybe and watch them later.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's just Marvel memes. There's DJ Khaled. There's the slap. Let's try to get more devout. Oh, nope. That's just okay. This is from Casual Christian Comedy 2. It's a Tim Allen Tool Time meme. Okay.
Yep.
This seems to be just what the guy thinks is funny at any given time.
It definitely is.
Here's a dog that peed. Dude,
No,
I
but
do
it's
not
the
know.
iPhone font, and it says "I peed."
I peed. You're right. I should have
Yeah.
put that out. I'm trying to find something Christian. Oh, here's a Marvel Christian one. From the Nerd
nice
Pastor.
crossover.
That's where we're going.
Oh. Oh, no.
Oh, good. So this one is
No.
cropped in, so part of the words are not there. You can still make it out, but it's Odin from the Thor movies, played by Anthony Hopkins. Very good in the role. Tremendous. I feel like should have been nominated. It's top text. When someone says that church is closed because of the coronavirus, and then below it's him and it says, the church is not a place, it's a people. So framed like a joke, but actually very uplifting in a message about Asgard.
Look at the comments.
Do you want to read them?
Yeah.
That's really funny.
One guy just said, is that Odin in the picture? And then the nerd pastor replied, yes, it's a reference to a line from one of the Thor movies.
Classic the nerd pastor.
How do you not...
Dude, this is really good.
Whoa, Christian nerds unite.
So that's another page. That's their group where they can answer your questions. But this is the nerd pastor who's bringing faith and fandom together. How can I pray for you today? Send me a message. Always open, it says. So we got some really good stuff off the top.
Oh, so maybe some Rooster Teeth crossover there.
I don't know if I understand. Oh, because of fandom.
No, that Always Open thing.
Oh, the show called Always Open. What's going on
Yeah.
over there, Patrick?
I don't know. What is... what are you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It's so loud.
Anyway, here's Kermit talking to Dark Kermit. It says, stayed up late and tired at church. And then the other one says, sleep and pretend you're praying if anyone notices. You know how you can actively pretend to do things if you're sleeping?
Right.
Right?
I mean, that is... I guess when I did have to go to church as a little kid, that was kind of like the move.
Yeah,
So
and I
sort of
guess
just like put your head down.
that's a
like-
good point. And I guess through
But
God,
once
all
you start
things are
falling asleep,
possible.
that's true. If you believe, yeah.
I mean, whether you believe or not, this
But
happens.
like when you start sleeping sitting up, it's not like you're just like you like start bobbing and like snapping your head up. And,
It's not a good look.
No, it's really obvious that you're sleeping.
Most of these aren't nerdy. I remember I used to
Like-
just go fucking ham wild drumming on the pew in front of me with my fingers, just like.
You'd bring a double bass. You'd bring a double kick in.
And my dad is going, stop. Okay, sorry.
Yep. Yep. I remember being I remember being so mad that like my younger siblings could bring toys and I couldn't because I was like 14.
Oh yeah, maybe zooming around with the truck. Oh,
I'm like,
and
I
not
could get
only
a Game Boy in here.
that's true. Bring a book, maybe even if you're an
Yeah.
intellectual child.
Yeah.
You know
Which
what?
I was.
You were a bookish child.
Yeah.
You know what sucked is when it was like, why does he get to sit down if I have to stand up? And it's like, you have to
Wait,
stand
who?
up for Jesus. Well, my younger brother, because he would be sitting down with his like
right,
dump
right.
truck toy, and he would be like,
Yeah.
like I want to sit down. And it's like, well, no,
Yeah.
he gets to sit down because he's 5. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm 11. What's
Right.
What's
Like,
the rep?
it's-
Listen
who
up,
cares?
woman. And it was church,
Yeah.
so you can talk to women that way.
That's yes, you can.
These aren't nerd. Oh, here's Pikachu.
Okay.
Uh,
The first time you heard that unicorns are in the Bible.
Yeah. Okay. Can you read this
Yep.
passage? I do so love it.
Numbers 23:22, King James Version. God brought them out of Egypt. He had, as it were, the strength of an unicorn.
What a majestic style.
Yeah.
Really great stuff. And it's the shocked Pikachu.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because the social contract in church that you stay quiet when you are expected to is very fragile. I mean, which anytime there's like a baby that screams, you remember you're like, oh, this can be broken very easily. You could
Yeah.
probably, if that were read during a sermon, just go, whoa, time out, hold on. whoa, stop the presses. And
Father.
everyone, Father, Padre, if you will.
Father,
walk
please.
you walk up the aisle. Excuse me, sorry. Hey, everybody, 1 second. And your voice is ringing throughout the entire building.
Because they are built that way. The
They are
acoustics are
designed
designed as such. Yeah.
Mhm. So you're like, whoa, hold on. Did this guy just say "an unicorn"? You're roasting
And
the priest.
unicorn. So I guess that is grammatically correct. And unicorn, right? But
An unicorn, I think, maybe is how it was intended to be said.
and unicorn.
And unicorn. It is a vowel.
Yeah, I mean it probably is correct, but it does not sound right.
Because as the Y
Sounds
sound, you'd have
terrible.
to say unicorn for it to sound like an unicorn.
An unicorn.
A
Yeah.
unicorn. Hold up. Did this guy
Yeah.
just say an unicorn? And then you talk for 25 minutes? What are they going to do? Call church
Yeah.
security?
Well, it was King James version, so this is a Protestant, the Protestant church,
Oh, yeah. I don't
So.
fuck with that.
and therefore illegitimate.
We have talked at many times how even though we are not in the faith anymore, because we were raised Catholic, we just automatically look down on any other denomination of Christianity. Like,
Yeah, despite the monstrous deeds of
right, exactly.
it's still I mean, I guess there's
notwithstanding the
other
horrible
ones that have
things.
done some pretty awful shit too. But like
That's true. Also, but we don't believe. We're not
Right,
actively in the
right.
Catholic Church. It's not like
Exactly.
we're rooting for our team. It's just like we've
Right.
been trained innately to go like, these fucking weirdos. They have piano under their homily.
yeah,
What's
and
up with that?
guitars.
Yeah, why do these people seem to want to be here? What's up with that?
Yeah, I don't get it.
You have donuts and
get it.
brunch downstairs afterwards? The fuck is that?
So they did that when I was a kid. They had
Is that a
donuts
cat? Well, they did it maybe once when I was at church.
occasionally. I think it was once a month, maybe. So if you went and you had to be there at the right time too. You had to go to like one specific
Yeah.
thing, and
Uh-huh.
they'd have like some donuts and coffee afterwards.
I guess that's
Pretty
kind of
good.
cool. Did they have orange juice?
They had orange drink, not orange juice. So, which I actually I prefer orange drink.
Really?
No,
Okay. All right. Hey, listen.
Tang. It's like off-brand Tang. It's so bad.
Well, it's church tang.
It's just no, it is. It's like whatever brand of Tang you get at, I don't know, like Super Value or some, discount grocery store.
It's kind of amazing how boring Catholic Church is. Like, just like this,
Yeah.
the mind-numbing boringness of like them just droning on with the same
That's-
shit every week. It is
I
so.
think that's the appeal.
I guess so. I mean, I guess people kind of like a week where they can just kind of feel ashamed of themselves and just stand for an hour and kneel. But
I think it's because it's so damn solemn that I'm just like, oh yeah, this is what it's supposed to be like. This makes sense. I don't understand the like hands up,
hallelujah. I remember I
basking
walked
in his light.
in my old
It's just like, no,
neighborhood.
you're supposed to be afraid. What is the point of this?
You are
Like,
supposed to be casting your eyes downward while an
Yeah.
85-year-old white guy yells at you.
but also
You're supposed to
again,
come to church every week, not just on
Yeah.
Easter. Apparently, it is Richard
Yeah.
Nixon. You're supposed to be praying
Sure.
every Sunday.
how do we always end up talking about this?
Because it is so deeply ingrained in our gray matter that everything
Yeah.
is related back to the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Super glad to not be in it anymore. But there was a church near me in my old neighborhood in LA a couple places ago, where I would walk past it on my way to get a bagel and a coffee on the weekends. And one day I was walking past with my coffee back home, and the doors were open. It was a beautiful spring day, and I just heard music and like mirth and warmth pouring out from
Yes.
inside. And I was like,
Yes.
oh, okay, this is all right. I haven't really gone to church in years, but let's check it out. Let's see what's up. And so I walked in, and as soon as I got through the door, the energy was so positive that I was immediately completely uncomfortable. And I was like,
It is-
whoa, this is not what church is
It is-
supposed to be like.
Brutally off-putting.
I walk in and I think it was like a Methodist church, and they were just like, "We are just so grateful to have each other on this day, to have God's Son enlighten our love in our hearts for our brothers, sisters, and neighbors. Isn't that right, folks?" And I was like, "Whoa, fuck this. It is supposed to be sad. It is supposed to be gray. It is supposed to be a huge bummer. And then afterwards, we go to the farm store. Very monotone. Yeah. It's supposed to smell wrong. Not bad. Yep. Wrong."
You know what's good though is when your mom takes you to Willette's afterwards, get a big old cinnamon roll.
Well, we went to Tanner's. We get some ice cream.
That was, usually it was Willette's.
I think it was Tanner Brothers actually.
No, I
have a meme for you, Patrick.
There wasn't a Tanner Brothers.
Well, there wasn't a Willette's.
I don't know what you're confusing it with, but that's not it. It's something else. It's Willette's bakery.
Are you not talking about St. Vincent de Paul?
In Wayzata.
Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have asked. What parish are you? That was basically the same as asking someone's like neighborhood in Philly. Not where I'm from, but like in old Philly in the like 70s and 80s. Like, what parish are you? Oh, St. Matt's. Got it. Yeah. We're St. Josephine.
How do the Italians and the Irish get along then? Because they hate each other, but they also are all They're all Catholics. So
so there is. You can see it from the highway from I-95 southbound. You're looking out. There is a neighborhood where, well, I guess 3 neighborhoods butt up against each other: Polish, Irish, and Italian neighborhoods, and each have their own church, but they're all very close to each other.
Right?
What's that?
I guess I don't know what Polish is, but all Catholic, right?
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
All Catholic, but the churches are so close, but they did definitely not cross over at any point. It's all in South Philly. But yeah, you can see the spires, and you're like, surely we could have one church, one big church, right? I mean, listen, the old architecture and the churches are very pretty. Although,
yeah, of course.
When I was in college and just a complete little shit who had just discovered atheism on the internet.
Nice.
Not just, but decided that was my whole shit. I went to a church with my parents in Center City, and it was this gorgeous building with just like these huge vaulted ceilings, and but it was being renovated, and so there was like some painter's tape around and stuff. And like my mom's like, "Isn't this nice?" And I was like, "Actually, kind of looks like shit." I was like, "Yeah, look at all that stuff. I don't even want to be here. This is dumb." Early college. So I was like, I guess 18, and my dad's like, "Stop being a dick." And I was like, "I'm actually not being a dick." And then I've looked back on that moment and I've realized,
really cool,
really being a dick. Yeah, because it was nice. I watched The Squid and the Whale last night. Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Really, really long time ago.
Just as this pretentious like teen that parrots his dad, and I'm just like, and every time he said something, I was like, "Oh, I think
is that the one with the Dumb and Dumber guy?"
Yes, Jeff Daniels.
Yeah,
soon to be portraying James Comey.
Yep.
Oh man, have you seen a trailer for that?
Yeah, I told you to watch that trailer because it was so dumb and insane.
So grand. It feels like it's in the past. Like it's supposed to be like, and this is what happened. It's like, my man, he could still be reelected.
This was like a few weeks ago. Yeah. Not really, but pretty much.
It was recent. It was recent. I started. I didn't even finish the trailer. I was like, all right. It's just, I mean, like the rehabilitation has already started. It's so serious, and they literally have one of the guys from House of Cards. Not that guy.
Well, I assumed not that guy.
Yeah, the guy who plays Doug.
Okay, I'm seeing a lot. I don't know who that is. I've never seen that show.
You know the guy who plays Doug?
No. I've noticed a trend where a lot of these are... Okay, so it's The Office.
Yes.
Whatever. It says, corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. And one says Jesus, one says God. It's the lady from The Office saying they're the same picture.
Pam.
It's hysterically funny, but I've noticed a ton of these are of this theme, that Jesus and God are the same thing, which is like, isn't that is there some debate there in the evangelical or Protestant world or something? Is that what this is about?
Is there?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. Because why are there so many of that very specific, like?
I would say,
Or maybe
it's
they just are
because-
so bad at this that that's just when they see two things, their brain immediately is like, "Eh."
ding ding ding. I
You
think
know?
that's it. I
Yeah.
think they have so few
Yeah.
ideas that can just like boiled into a meme.
That's probably true.
Oh, this is Drake not liking something and then liking something. And the top one that Drake is saying, no, thank you to, says, Satan says I'm guilty. But Drake is actually very cool with the text that says, Jesus says I'm forgiven. So
Is that from a music video? What is that?
that's from Hotline Bling.
Uh,
And it's
like a
it's
song.
really funny.
okay.
That can only mean one thing. Ever since you left the city, you. Whatever.
Oh, that. I think I know that song. Wait, go to the Star Trek. I want to see the Star Trek
Okay,
one.
all right.
Now we're
Shit,
cooking.
okay. Damn. Okay,
Wait,
all right.
this has nothing to do with God.
Or does it have everything to do with God?
So, if you're not familiar with Star Trek, the Klingons, they're the like Worf, they're the ones with like the crazy ridges on their forehead. They've changed like in almost every iteration of Star Trek. So, I think they're basically the same for like most of the main series of shows from like. Except for the 60s one, they didn't have like they just looked like people in blackface with big eyebrows.
Not great.
Which is
Also,
what
Fu Manchu.
Yeah. It's like 4 stereotypes all put on a probably white guy. I don't know for sure that guy's white.
And
but
he does a Mexican accent, right?
I don't remember. It's
No,
been a long time,
almost
but I wouldn't be
certainly not.
surprised.
Patrick, what
Okay.
are you saying? That's insane.
Anyway,
What are you trying
it's
to make a
changed
joke or
bunch.
something?
So we've got Miles O'Brien, who this is important. What was his position?
Well, he's got a red shirt.
Because he is. It's representation for the Irish.
Yeah, famously not so well represented on board the Enterprise, whereas the Scottish, maybe a
Well,
little too
actually-
much.
No, the Irish were in the end more represented than the Scottish because he's the same job. He's also the chief engineer. Oh no, sorry, he's the transporter chief on the Enterprise, the Next Generation, and then he becomes chief of operations of Deep
Okay.
Space Nine.
Yes.
So he actually
Lot of
that's probably
context.
that's a higher rank. I think that is definitely a higher rank than engineering
Scotty,
officer
yeah.
on the Enterprise.
Folks, can I just
So-
say that the payoff is not going to be worth it. So if you do want to stop listening, or if you want to skip ahead a couple minutes,
hang
that
on,
might
hang on.
be
Let
in
me
your.
finish. Let me
might be
finish.
in your
Please
best
let me
interest.
finish. Can I finish?
I think you should.
Can I
I would
finish?
love it if you finished. Actually, that would be terrific.
So you have Chief Operations Officer of Deep Space Nine, Miles O'Brien, and he is saying, he's saying
Did you clarify
What
that
is-
the top 3 panels are just 3 different Klingons?
it's just
without
different
any
looking
words?
Klingons. Yeah. And it says, what is the deal with the Klingon forehead? And then you cut over to Worf, who of course was
course.
the Klingon tactical officer. He was lieutenant junior grade initially. And Father Moog, of course.
Okay.
And he was, let me think. So he was the strategic he was the chief security officer in the next generation of the
Okay.
Enterprise. And
That's
later on, he held the same strategic operations officer for Deep Space Nine.
Really?
Yep. So
That's
that's Worf.
so interesting.
Worf
Okay.
is a Klingon played by, was it Michael Dorn? I want to say, right?
Sounds about right.
Yep, that's correct. So he's saying we do not discuss it with outsiders.
Okay. And I feel like there's been just such huge swaths of exposition and explanation between each panel. Do you want to recap all this in one swift retelling?
I feel like they got it.
Okay.
But I guess if you think it's
So,
necessary. So it's
this-
3 Klingons. And then you have Chief. Oh, sorry, I gotta remember. I don't remember his title. Let me go back to that page real
Anyway,
quick,
so
if you
that's
don't mind.
that meme that has nothing to do with God. So this is just the nerd side of the nerd pastor. Really glad we spent so much time on it. Like, really glad, actually. I think that's really great.
You're welcome.
Oh, here's Star Wars.
Oh, look at that.
Whatever. It's not even about. I'm trying to find Christian
I see.
stuff. We already
Who is
did a
that?
Marvel
Bail
show.
Organa. Bail Organa.
All right. Here's another Star Trek
Bail
one if you want
Organa,
this.
of course, played by Jimmy Smits in the prequels, as well
Patrick,
as
I
making
gotta-
a brief comeback in Rogue One. What?
I have another Star Trek meme for you.
Oh, so it's Q, the famous Q, speaking into Picard's ear. Picard, of course, captain of the Enterprise.
Jean-Luc, yes.
Later on, I believe an admiral.
And later on, owner of a vineyard.
That's right. Yep. And it's Q, who you'll remember is sort of like a godlike being who shows up to sort of pester the crew of the Enterprise every once in a while, and he's whispering into Picard's ear, "I think Kirk was better."
And that's it. That's the whole meme. So anyway,
And he's got
not
a
about
nun's
Jesus.
habit on, I think. Yeah, again, nothing.
That
to
is-
do with,
that is an excellent
nothing to do
costuming
with
decision.
the Christ child.
Here's a tweet about something about Mandalorian.
Sure.
This is just a picture of the Mandalorian. It says, going back to church. Then underneath it, this is the way. At Christian
Okay.
Nerds United.
Okay.
I'm so tired, Patrick. I'm just
Yeah.
tired. I can feel myself just scrolling, which I don't want to do because we've done that before. We did that with Parrot Forums. And
I know.
that, you really cannot explain so much.
Well, we could talk
It's
about
really better
first
to be
chairman
seen.
and viceroy of the Senate, Bail Organa, if you want.
Sure. Okay. Let's hear it.
What do you want to know?
Everything.
Well, he adopted Leia. That was obviously his major
course.
contribution to the lore of Star Wars. Killed on Alderaan when that was blown up by the Death Star. But
Right. Luke kind of
that,
got stiff, right?
Pretty good senator.
You know. On
Yeah, well, he
Tatooine.
went to live with his aunt and uncle.
Yeah.
who were
Moisture
like-
farmers. Honest work. Let's put that out
Yeah,
there.
well, that was the
Good-
thing. Yeah, because
Good honest work.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
What was the relationship there again? Were they sisters or something? What was the deal with Shmi Skywalker, or were they not related actually? Were they just adoptive parents?
Shmi.
I don't remember that. I've forgotten all that. Shmi was Anakin's mom. Good, great, solid name. Oh,
What do we
No,
call his mom? Shmi, I think would be good. That's
yeah.
great. Thank you,
She-
George.
I think she later no. Shmi married Klieg Lars. That's what it was. So she married. So they were more like.
Wait. I'm so confused by the
Cousins?
genealogy.
Okay, I got it. I forgot all this shit prequel shit.
So
for a second.
Shmi was Luke's grandmother.
Correct.
Who, surprisingly,
paternal
not
grandmother.
Right. Not a name invoked in the new trilogy. You would have thought they would have pulled out all the stops of people's grandmothers, grandfathers, cousins,
No.
sisters, brothers. A familial area not explored. Although
Correct.
I'm sure Shmi will get her own trilogy.
Soon, yes. So
God
she
willing.
became pregnant by divine. Speaking of God, she became pregnant through some kind of divine intervention with Anakin.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Hold on. I did not know this.
Yeah.
That was
she says it in
divine
episode 1 that
That's
she just was
insane.
pregnant one day without ever knowing a man.
Well, I don't know. I kind of suspect that Watto guy.
Honestly, probably. So
Kinda
then she
gross.
was a slave.
Wow, they really
For
glazed
Watto.
over that.
I think it was kind of a thing in episode 1. They were like, but it wasn't really like that big a deal.
I mean, divine intervention. Maybe
Which
you know
I
what?
understand is insane, but
It's a galaxy far away. And also, if I should add, it was a long time ago.
You know what I do wonder about? I'm sure they talked about this, but why did was she freed at the end, or was she they just left her there as a slave?
I don't know.
'Cause I remember she gets killed by the Sand People.
Yes. She's got to be free, right? Is she not at the... Is she
No.
not invited?
No. I don't think so.
That's
Well, Watto could be a harsh and demanding master. He still furnished them with a home in Mos Espa's slave quarters.
Yeah, just like a really good guy to own slaves. I liked old Watto when they go back and he's like, and it's like, this guy literally owned a hero as a slave. Why? What?
Is that in the third one?
I think it is. When they were like, you know what? This isn't working. We need to go back to basics. The Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
We need to remember where we were, where we started. And it's like, George, you made 3 movies before this. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it.
They just leave her there, which is like, why? It'd be so easy to take her with them. Why don't they, like, he doesn't have to see her every day, but good God, she's a slave. Like, take her. Get her the fuck out of there.
I don't know what the reasoning is. I mean...
He kills Watto, right? Or no?
It looks like there's something about Vader killing Watto.
Oh, that might be what I'm thinking of. Because I read a bunch of those
some extended universe stuff
a few years ago.
Where Darth Vader kills...
Yeah.
The guy who he left his mom a slave for, I guess?
Yep. Oh, well, here we go. Okay, so she earned her freedom.
Okay.
So she met Klieg Lars. Now, this is Uncle Owen's dad.
Father. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they're like step uncle, aunt, whatever. He purchased her and then freed her so that they could
And
get
then
married.
married her. Okay.
Yeah.
If that was the plan from the beginning, then that's, I guess.
I think that was.
Okay,
It was. It
I would
wasn't.
hope
He
so.
wasn't like he was buying her so that
He didn't
could
buy
free
her and then go, actually,
No.
now that I think about it.
No. They and then of course Anakin frees her in the tent with all the Tusken Raiders and flies.
yeah, how does that
into a
happen?
ridge. Well, she was kidnapped or something.
Okay.
And then Klieg, I
just
believe,
so
had a
much
son.
just done in the background.
So Klieg had a son from a previous marriage,
Of course.
and that I think is Uncle Owen.
And that was Rey's dad. and he famously friends with Chewbacca.
Yes,
Everyone knows
yes,
each other
Yes.
in Star Wars
Yes.
now. That's just how it works.
Yep.
Ray Skywalker. Shut
Did
up.
They didn't kill Chewbacca, right? In those movies?
No, remember where it was like he was on a different ship. Oh, he was on a different
yeah.
ship. They make this whole
Yeah.
set piece and it's just like turns out he was on a different ship.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It's
great.
a huge piece of shit. I'm glad we at least agree on that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen. Last
No,
Jedi, definitely
that-
divisive.
that-
We're not going to talk about it, but it has people that like it. It has people that don't like it. I have not met many people that liked Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
My dad did, but I think he's just as relieved in maybe a different way than us that it's over.
If you literally are only there to watch spectacle, like if you fucking loved the Transformers movies, I think
Well, I mean,
I
who
think
doesn't?
that is the one for you. Is Rise of
Yes,
Skywalker.
I guess.
Because it's a lot of those like big set pieces and stuff and fights and shit like that. Like there's more action in that one probably, but like
It also
It's
has the horses
very-
on the spaceship.
Well,
you remember?
that actually makes that I'm okay with. That makes sense.
But that's spectacle. That's I forget most of that movie, but now that I'm thinking of it, I'm thinking that's spectacle. That's that's what you go. That's why movie theaters are good. Tom
Right.
Cruise would probably love to see that in the theater. Great job,
Yeah.
everyone. Really
Yeah.
great movie. Love Tenet.
But
Yeah,
I don't know.
no,
But it's not good. It's
I mean, I'm so conflicted though because like it's a bad movie, but it has Babu Frick in it.
that's the paradox.
that is the
Because
the
it's
catch 22.
simultaneously I would say I'm trying to think. So I would say Babu Frick, other than he's the only character from any of the new movies to join the ranks of like Nien Nunb,
Mm-hmm.
Admiral Akbar, Max Rebo.
That's right.
Droopy McCool, really the whole Rebo band. But there isn't a single other character from the new movies or the prequels, sort of, but it's like a different thing because it's more like mocking it than it is like genuine.
I mean, absolutely.
Affection for it. I would say Watto is almost one of those where it's just like, but it's just
Jar Jar.
making fun of how awful it is and like how horrible of a stereotype it is.
Although
but, like,
that said, Senator
Frick-
Binks, very good.
Very funny, yeah.
Yeah.
But Babu Frick very quickly was embraced and beloved. Despite
Immediately.
being in like a dog shit movie. Everyone's like, oh, that's my guy. He
Now,
rules.
this guy's good. It's like, Kerry Russell, I do not know what your role is supposed to be beyond showing that Poe Dameron likes to fuck women. Babu Frick.
Which is cool. That's awesome. But like, we knew that.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, are you on the he's gay?
Not even really so much. I think like there's chemistry between him and Finn.
I mean,
but
that's-
also I'm like, he's probably bi.
I didn't get a gay vibe off of that though.
I mean, sometimes looking at stills, but I also remember those movies so distantly. That
I should say,
maybe-
crushing ass is just as cool as crushing puss. The thing is, you just it's about how much. It's about quantity.
okay.
That's
More
what
is
makes
better?
somebody cool. More is better. That's what makes a person
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
Doesn't
Okay.
matter who you're fucking. I'm just saying I didn't get that vibe.
Yeah.
Now him and Babu Frick.
Him and Babu Frick, definitely. Crushing Frick is probably
It was
the
pretty funny whenever it was pretty funny whenever they'd like interview him and John Boyega would be so fucking uncomfortable and he would just like hard lean into it.
Oscar Isaac. Yes.
Yeah. Just like can't be bothered to
No.
fucking which is awesome. Like
Leaning
yeah,
into it so hard while
gives a shit?
simultaneously just like being like, I do not like doing this for Disney
right.
anymore.
Yeah.
And even when people were like, do you
That's
think that should have happened? Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
yes.
awesome.
Yes. Very much so. Yes.
And then they did have that what was it, two women kiss kind of like
In the background.
50 feet back, like sort of out of focus, and that was
At
their
the
big
camp,
triumphant.
like as a celebration
Yeah.
while the camera moves past them. And then they
Yeah.
like, there were articles written about that. And it's like, okay,
Yeah.
Disney. They definitely
It's
like
because-
pinged their people at
because
various
that's how
places.
That is how low the bar is for like Disney or pretty much
Representation?
any major company. Representation, but even like specifically, I think gay stuff or whatever. It's like the bar is so low that two women share a peck in the background that could very well just be a friendly greeting. It's not like they're
Right.
you know.
Well, that's a great way to pay respect, as you know.
Well, it is a fantastic way to pay a kiss on the
An
cheek or on
excellent
the
way
forehead.
to pay respect. Actually,
It's fantastic
you'll
way to pay
remember that
respects
Disney has
to a colleague
has
or anything, but
Disney's been something of a trailblazer in homosexual representation
well,
on the
Ursula.
screen. I was going to say when one of the Russo brothers was a bereaved gay man at the beginning of Avengers Endgame.
That's right, and he demanded to do the role himself because he wanted to make sure they got it right.
Is he gay?
No.
So
Ew. No.
Him and his brother? No, dude, that's gross. Why would you say that? Why would
no,
you
he's
so
not.
clearly ask if he and his brother are sleeping with each other? Oh my god,
He's-
dude.
He's not gay at all, and that's what like some of the people were just like,
Get it
mean,
right.
yeah, like you really couldn't.
Also,
Pretty small role. There was definitely someone out there that I'm sure would have
any
been thrilled
number
to
of
take
people.
it.
Also, the only like explicitly gay person I think we see is until they come out and they're like, John Favreau's character is gay, and Dumbledore it, or something. I
Wait.
mean, not.
They did that?
No. I'm saying like that's just the only
okay.
way that they do representation is they retcon it. Like, oh, the Green Lantern's gay now.
Right.
Extra.
Yeah.
Hal Jordan likes boys.
Yeah.
No, but the only like really explicit representation is a guy who lost the person he was dating or going to go on a date with,
Yes.
and then is at a support group.
yeah, which
alone.
I think, in their defense, that's more of a trope, a negative trope, for lesbians than it is for gay men. Is having the partner and then they die, and that's the whole. No, I could be wrong here, but
No,
I'm pretty
that's
sure that's more of a
plenty-
lesbian trope. So
mean,
I
have
think
you
this is
seen-
actually progressive.
Okay, maybe there's any number of movies. Maybe the AIDS crisis. There's Philadelphia. Tom Hanks. And no,
Never heard of it.
a gay man losing his partner. That doesn't set off any. You're right. Avengers Endgame is a
No.
necessary LGBTQIA plus text. And with that, I think that's a good
Thank
place
you.
to end it.
Yeah, we learned a lot today. I feel educated, to be honest.
I feel smarter. I
I
feel
gotta
bigger.
get on Facebook and start posting.
I gotta go just look at pictures of Babu Frick like I do every week.
I know, Babu Frick, Rule 34.
I come home in a
Straight,
frenzy.
obviously.
Yes, of course. He's a straight horn dog. I come in, launch my keys and my mask across the room, storm through, blast the door off the hinges, and I say, Google, show me pictures of Babu Frick right
Nude.
now. Nude.
Yeah.
Show me Babu Hog.
Yep. Babu Hug. 2 G's.
Yeah, that's definitely like his kid or something.
Yeah.
Oh man, if we had more time, we could talk about Zorba the Hutt and Kristen Bell. Maybe one of the strangest pop culture crossovers.
That's the next episode. Maybe we should wait. Maybe we should wait a little bit.
It was only the one picture we found.
Since we ended up talking about. Well, no, it was like 5 pictures. They were just all by
They're
the
all
same
from the same
person.
person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the strangest digital composition I've ever seen.
I mean, I don't know much about Photoshop, but
I don't
I'm
even know how to
better
do
at
that.
Photoshop. I'm better at Photoshop than that person, but I have no idea how they did that.
You're also worse. Yeah, I have no clue.
I don't know. Anyway, what do we do?
Whatever.
Is this something thing? You want to read me
Yeah,
one?
but that's just basically become a place where they just do inside jokes. I haven't really looked.
Oh, you didn't have one prepared?
No, of course I have one.
The fuck?
I do. Well, that one's my own, and I did one of my own last week. Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. This is something. It's from It's Tilby, our buddy Matt. Is this something? Patton Oswalt being the Jason Alexander of the 2000s.
I'm actually gonna have to. That's gonna be a rain check for me. I'd have to think about that more.
I think
I'm gonna give
proper
it a tentative. Sure.
You don't want to say
No.
I also want to take the end of the episode to thank. Let me get your at right.
sponsors?
We got podcast. Well, no, our podcast fan art from at Tongue Tie
yeah.
Art on Twitter, illustrating the is this something's from the ends of episodes past. Klonoki. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your display name.
Clanoche.
They have done art of us in the past and of Inside Gaming, and it is really wonderful. And and I like the way that they drew the pink ends of my hair and your pearly blue eyes,
Aren't they beautiful?
like deep
Isn't that
pools.
something?
Anyway, that's the episode. Goodbye.
See ya.